Hello, I am your teacher, Mr. Pacitti, and this is my classroom here in Greenville, South Carolina. So put away your mobile phones, put away your Mr. Frosties. It's time to concentrate. It's time to study. This is SmackDown Live, and this is Graded. Kicking things off with Charlotte Flair, who was then followed by Becky Lynch, who was then followed by SmackDown Live Women's Champion Carmella. Carmella says that she's tired of being punished for being such an amazing champion, but she is champion, so life is good. That's how she said it. She specifically targets Becky Lynch in this promo. Carmella says that Becky doesn't stand a chance, and Becky replies saying that her chances of winning have gone down because of Charlotte's involvement in the match, but she now has a new dream, and that dream is to beat both of them. Charlotte then grabs the mic and ends up saying to Carmella, hey, you're just a diva living in a women's era. T. I've looked it up. I know what T means now. It's an Instagram thing. Out comes SmackDown GM Paige, who says that we shouldn't have to wait until Sunday to see what these women should do, except for Carmella, who is on commentary, and she sets up Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Charlotte and Becky. I won't lie, I'm not a huge fan of this opening promo. It took 11 minutes before we got into any action, and in that 11 minutes, it just doesn't feel like that much was achieved. Becky being painted as the true underdog here, the focus is very, very much on her, with Charlotte almost feeling like a third wheel. This one gets a C from me. It was fine, but it just dragged on a little bit. The match itself was pretty average too, with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville taking control for a large portion of the match before Becky channels her inner mojo rawly. She gets hyped up, locks in the disarmer for the win. Interestingly, the whole second part of the match seemed to be building to Becky getting the hot tag, Charlotte coming in and cleaning house, but that just didn't happen, and that's because Becky wanted to prove that she could do this on her own. She didn't need Charlotte's help. This was clever, subtle booking, and because of that, I'm giving this match a B. Carmella was decent on commentary too, if not a little repetitive. Quick promo from The Miz and Maurice, who confirms that the USA Network have picked up another series of Miz and Mrs. Screw it. Have an A. The more Miz, the better. We then get a quick backstage promo from Charlotte and Becky, and Charlotte says that, hey, Becky, you didn't need to do all of that on your own. You could have tagged me in, and Becky says that, I just got carried away, you know. Charlotte says, may the best woman win, and Becky replies, she will. Ooh, adding more intrigue to the match. I think the build for the SmackDown Women's Championship has actually been really fantastic. Enjoying it a lot. Really excited for SummerSlam because of this match. To the ring, and we've got three dirty, filthy, local enhancement talent losers calling themselves the Triple Threat. They, of course, get demolished by the Bludgeon brothers in about 2 minutes in a match that wasn't even a match. One thing I'll say is that although it could be argued that the Bludgeon brothers tag team title reign has been a failure, and I'll admit that it hasn't been great, but one thing I do love about them is their tag team offense. Like, not enough tag team wrestlers work together in an in-ring style, but Harper and Rowan really do, so props to them for that. Apparently they don't care about winning though, as they attack the Triple Threat before the bell even rang. The match was a no contest, and I'm going to give this one a B. I guess the Bludgeon brothers looking strong and violent once again heading into SummerSlam, where they face their biggest threat yet, SAnitY. No, wait, that would make sense. The New Day. We then get a video package, but this wasn't just any video package. This was part of a trilogy focusing on the 8-year rivalry between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. I'm going to give an overall grade to this trilogy after the third part, so stay tuned, but this one centered around Daniel Bryan's time in NXT as a rookie of The Miz. I loved watching this. I still remember the absolute outrage when the American Dragon Bryan Danielson signed with the WWE. He was put on NXT, and it was revealed that his mentor was The Miz. And this is before The Miz was good. I should absolutely point that out. It was, oh man, they played us for the marks that we are. They made Miz the most arrogant, despicable heel possible, and it was actually fantastic. It was a real highlight of that show. That said, for some reason, they forgot to air the promo where Daniel Bryan said, hey, you may have seen the last of Daniel Bryan, but there's this guy called Bryan Danielson. Whatever, this was great. To the ring, and it's time for SAnitY versus The New Day. And what the hell is up with your singlet, Killian Dane? It looks like you should be flanked by two guys getting destroyed by the Bludgeon brothers. I liked your little strappy pants. Actually really like this match. SAnitY getting some nice creative offense in. I really liked Eric Young hitting the backbreaker onto the knees. Kofi with the trust fall. Midnight Hour. New Day pick up the win and drink up that delicious momentum heading into SummerSlam, of course. A little bit earlier, I made a joke about how we should be seeing SAnitY in the title picture at SummerSlam, and I am frustrated with their booking. They don't feel like the legitimate threat that they absolutely should do, but I will say this. Let's just celebrate the New Day for a second, because they have made the vast majority of us want to see them as tag champs again, and that's not just because it'll get the belts off the Bludgeon brothers. The New Day are consistently entertaining, and although it would be unfair to say that they've reinvented themselves time and time again, they've certainly evolved with their audience, and they've continued to just be so much fun to watch. They're great on the mic, they're great in the ring, they're great house show draws, they're great PR guys, and they're going to go down as one of the greatest three-man tag teams ever. I really hope they win on Sunday. Just realised I was getting carried away talking about the New Day there. I forgot to give this one a grade. This one gets a B. Part 2 of the Miz Daniel Bryan video packages, and this one focuses on his retirement, his run as SmackDown Live GM, and the infamous Talking Smack promo, possibly Miz's best promo ever. Backstage now with Samoa Joe and Paige. Samoa Joe tells Paige that he will do whatever he damn well wants, whenever he damn well pleases, and you will have to deal with the consequences. And the consequences will never be the same again. You done goofed, Paige. To the ring with Aiden English, who sings a lovely little song about his constant cock-ups for Rusev and Lana, and then he squares off against Andrade, Cien, Almas. I will remind you that Rusev and Lana are competing against Andrade, Cien, Almas, and Zelina Vega at SummerSlam in a match now confirmed for the pre-show. Last month, Rusev squared off against AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Rusev Day. Some nice stuff here. The arm drag into the corner looked absolutely brutal, as of course did the knees, and the hammerlock DDT. Andrade Cien Almas puts away Aiden English, and this match gets a C+. After the match, Zelina Vega takes the mic and says that it's going to be the end of Rusev Day, the end of Lana Day, that Lana is just dead weight, dragging her husband down. An interesting line, I thought. It made it seem like they respect Rusev, but not Lana. Maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into this. Anyway, Rusev comes out, Lana comes out, they do their catchphrases. See you Sunday. Time for the third installment of video packages recapping the rivalry between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. This one focuses on Daniel Bryan's return to the ring and the more recent part of their feud building to their match at SummerSlam. With such a storied history, these three videos did more than an in-ring promo ever could. They were beautifully produced. The interview portions were delivered with conviction, intensity, and it just summarized this incredible 8-year feud so beautifully. Like, hats off to the production guys who put these together, as well as Daniel Bryan and The Miz themselves. It was great, and they get an A from me. I can't wait for this match at SummerSlam. To the ring for Jeff Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin in a match just to remind us that Jeff Hardy will indeed be at SummerSlam. The match looked all right. I didn't catch much of it because there were two commercials. One at the beginning of the match and then a picture-in-picture thing. But from what I saw of that little picture-in-picture bit, it looked pretty good. Jeff puts Benjamin away with a twist of fate, followed by that crappy little splash thing, and he gets a C from me. After the match, Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. Jeff is distracted. Shinsuke manages to knee Jeff Hardy in the spine. Looked really good, like that a lot, but should have gone for the dip kick, obviously. And then he sets up for the Kinshasa. Jeff dodges, manages to hit the Swanton Bomb, and he's definitely not winning at SummerSlam. Oh, also, Randy Orton was watching the whole thing like a creepy little imp behind the curtain. Time for the main event, which is a promo. Out comes AJ Styles, the WWE champion, who says that 2 weeks ago, Samoa Joe stabbed him in the heart, saying that he was a bad father, but the love of his family will help him pull through. Out comes Samoa Joe, who removes what looks like a Tesco receipt from his jacket pocket, but no, it's a letter from a member of the WWE Universe, and that letter reads, "Dear Joe, 2 weeks ago I heard the things you said about AJ Styles and his family. Your remarks were disgusting and made me physically ill. Not because they were wrong, but because they were true. I used to be the biggest AJ Styles fan in the world, but it's now clear AJ never wanted children. Maybe he never wanted a wife either. At SummerSlam, I pray that you win so AJ can know the feeling of losing the things he loves the most, because I lost him a long time ago. My sincerest gratitude, Wendy Styles." That's his wife. I like this a lot. Samoa Joe trying to get under the skin of AJ Styles by any means necessary. We know the letter's not real. Joe knows the letter's not real. AJ knows the letter's not real. We're not meant to think that AJ believes that's a real letter. The letter's obviously fake. Right, AJ? But what if it is real? What if she did write that letter? And that is where the doubt starts to creep in. That is the mind game that Samoa Joe is trying to play. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. Giving this promo a B for a couple of reasons. First of all, it does seem a little bit late into the feud, just the week before SummerSlam, to be introducing a storyline element like this. This could have done with one more week of weekly TV to really get that point across. And secondly, the women's title, they got 30 minutes to open the show with a promo and then a match, whereas the WWE title only got about 8. I'm not saying that the women shouldn't get 30 minutes, but I actually think that dragged on a little bit. They should have both had around 15 minutes. Another solid episode of SmackDown. I'm giving this one a B. Things continue to make sense leading into SummerSlam. I'm just gutted that R-Truth didn't pin Carmella. Let's finish with a joke. How does Vince McMahon screw in a light bulb? He doesn't. Light bulb screwed light bulb. Ciao, you bastards. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.